In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to add a border to your videos. We're going to be using the border effect, which is different from manually doing it, which I think makes it a lot easier. So to get started here, as you can see, I have Filmora open and I have a video on here. So if you have multiple videos, you are going to be able to apply that border effect to whichever video that you want to apply it to. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and split this video and I'll just turn it into two different videos. I'll make the top video a little smaller. I'm going to double click on the video. It's going to give me these guides on the screen where I can adjust the size. Now just recenter it. Okay. Now when I add a border on it, you're going to see that it's going to be clearly visible. To get started here, I'm going to go over to effects and I'm going to go over to overlay. And the second option underneath overlay is border. So click on border. There might be some paid ones here. I like to filter out the ones that are premium and paid so that I don't get my hopes up looking at something that I have to pay for. I'm going to click this drop down here, go over and select free. This is going to show you all the free borders. You can see there's a lot of colorful borders here, but what I want to use is going to be a normal border here, which is the first one. Click, drag and drop this on the video, within the video that you're trying to add the border to. You can put it on top, but I recommend putting it within the video if you have multiple videos layered together, okay, on top of each other. I'm gonna drop that on there. As you can see, it's going to add the border to the video that I am working on here. To make the border a lot more visible, I'm going to add a blur to the video that's in the background. I'm going to click this bottom video here. I'm going to go over to, I guess, under effects. Let's go over to somewhere here. Let's search for blur. Okay, let's try it here. Blur. All right, so we can use maybe something like this over here. Let's see how this looks. So one of the cool things you can do is you can just click on videos here and they will preview or different effects. As you can see here, this is the blur effect here. I'm going to click, drag, and drop it on the video that's underneath it. And just to tweak it a little bit, I'm going to double click on the video that's underneath my main video here with the border. I'm going to go over to let's scroll down a little bit here, Actually, let's go over to effects and to make sure that the opacity is all the way through. Size, I'm gonna increase the size actually so that the video in the background is hidden. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and adjust our border. I'm gonna double click on the top video that has the border, double click on it. Now you might be under video, you want to switch over to effects. This is going to allow you to look at all the effects that are within your video clip that you have selected. On the top here, we have our colors. You can see here we have two options. The first one is going to be the start. The second one is going to be the end. So if you want one solid color to be on the border, if you want for the border to be one solid color, just go ahead and select the same color here. But if you want maybe kind of like a gradient, something that fades, go ahead and click this drop down and select the color that you want to be the other half of the border. As you can see here, we have a white and a purple, right? Now you can change the size of the border. Let's go ahead and make this a little smaller, maybe this small here. You can also change the blur. So if you wanted the border to be a little blurred, you have the ability to do that. As you can see here, you create something that looks like a frame here, right? That kind of like a picture frame that kind of like fades in. Now another option is going to be, let's go ahead and just add this. Another option is going to be the opacity, which is how visible is this border. If I lower the opacity here, you can see that the border starts to be a little invisible. So you want to make sure that this is at 100% if you want the border to be 100% visible. Now scrolling down here, we also have the direction, which is going to be the direction of the border. So you can see, since I have this gradient here that starts from white to purple, I can change the direction that is presented on the border here. So if I click this, it'll show you kind of like a style where it goes from white to purple, going to the right. You can do the opposite, going to the left, right? So this is helpful when you have this gradient here, but I like just using solid borders. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick white for the other color, put the opacity back, the blurred 0, size is great. Now we have our border. Once you have everything completed, go ahead and hit OK. And I'm going to play this. As you can see, we have our video within that border. All right. Now that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.